Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Cooking with the Dead Man, brought to you by Tbsp Catering. And today we'll be making dombolo and stew. Stay tuned. I hope you enjoy this video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the videos.
They're scared of us, it's obvious. They're scandalous, now these niggas mad at us. They testing us, we roll them up like cannabis. Tell me, won't you heard of us? Yeah, they're scared of us, it's obvious. They're scandalous, now these niggas mad at us. They testing us, we roll them up like cannabis. Tell me, won't you heard of us? Yeah, me, my bros, coming up.
Let's get started. So first you're going to need 4 cups of flour, a pack of yeast, 3 tablespoons of sugar, and 2 teaspoons of salt. And then you're going to add to it 2.5 cups of warm water. And then you're going to start kneading. You can use your hands because you're going to get your hands dirty anyways. So knead, knead, knead. So the trick to the perfect dombolo is to knead. The longer you knead, the better your dombolo will look. So my mom always says that she hates a dombolo il namafester. This is caused by not kneading your dough long enough, and then when you cut into your slices, it has these big holes. So knead your dough until it's firm to the touch. So once it's firm to the touch, then you know that it's ready. And then we're going to cover the dough with cling wrap, and then we're going to leave it out in the sun for about an hour or so. Make sure that you oil your dish because when it proofs, it's going to stick to the dish. So make sure that you oil. You can also use a shopping bag or a black bag to proof your dough. Just use those bags and then tie a knot and then just put it in the sun. I covered mine with a tea towel. Our dombolo has been sitting outside to proof for about an hour, just a little bit over an hour. It's gonna feel soft to the touch, and then we're gonna knead it one more time just to make it easier to shape into our little balls to put into our Remikens to cook in. And then you're going to take your ramekin and then you're going to oil. You can use cooking oil, olive oil, or even butter if you have. Whatever you have is fine. And then to cut, you're going to pinch at the top of your hand, and then you're going to just shape into little round cute balls, put into your ramekins, and then you repeat the whole process with all the ramekins or cups or whatever you'll be using. Shape into little balls. And then to cook your dombolo, you're gonna need boiling or warm water to cook. I was taught that you don't cook a dombolo with cold water off the tap. And then there's my water. It's been boiled already, ready for the dombolo to start cooking. And then this is going to cook for about 30 to 14 minutes. Now that our dombolo is done, we're going to start with our stew. So we're going to sear our beef at really high heat. This helps to lock in the juices and the flavor of the meat. Please don't fry your meat at low heat because it starts releasing water, then will boil and starts losing its texture and its flavor. Once your beef starts to brown, you can turn down the heat from high to medium, and then we start the fine parts. I added about 3 tablespoons of rajah. Rajah is one of my favorite ingredients to add to stews and gravies. So if it's not your thing, you can add as little of a rajah as you want, but I wouldn't recommend not adding it at all. And then we are going to add about 2 teaspoons of salt. I recommend that you continuously stir your stew so that it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pot. But at any point, if it does, our liquid stock will help us remove those, and they actually make for great flavor. And then we're adding rosemary, and then 1 onion peeled and chopped. Just remember to continuously stir your stew. And then next we are going to add half of a green pepper. And then next comes my favorite. I added a lot of garlic, but you can add as little as you want. If you're not a fan of the garlic, I added about, let's say, 3 tablespoons of garlic. Then next I added Worcester sauce, about 2 tablespoons of Worcester sauce. I just also love Worcester sauce. It's just like rajah. I use it with everything. I add it to everything. Next is the star of the show. We're gonna add some turmeric. This helps with the color of the stew. It helps to give it that deep golden color that a perfect stew should have. And then we're gonna add now some paprika, about 2 teaspoons of paprika. This also enhances the color and also adds a nice smoky flavor to your stew. Now we add cumin. You don't add too much of this because it's a very strong flavor. If you add too much of it, it can be overpowering and it might spoil your stew. So you add about a 1/4 teaspoon of it. Now we're adding tomato sauce. This also helps with the richness of the color. I normally use tomato paste, but if you don't have tomato paste, tomato sauce works just as good. Now I'm adding chutney. I love chutney. It brings in a bit of sweetness to the stew. If chutney is not your thing, you can add anything like barbecue sauce or mustard, whatever flavor that you prefer. And then now we're going to add a 1/4 cup of flour. I'm using flour as a thickener because I find that using the packed soup normally takes away from the flavors that I'm trying to build. So that's why I choose to use flour, but you can use the packed soup if you have your favorite packed soup that you like. And then now we're going to add stock, liquid stock that we made ourselves. I use 1 beef cube and 1.5 cups of hot water just to help with melting our stock cube. So while the stew was cooking, I boiled 1 potato and 2 carrots to add to the stew. In goes our boiled potato and carrots, and then you're just gonna stir it in just to bring in all the flavors together, and then let it simmer for about 5-10 minutes before you are ready to serve. And that's our stew done. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Please also follow me on my Instagram at Tbsp Catering. Thank you for watching. Bye.